Hello, my friends. Today, I like space exploration type things. Cooper and Conrad on the Gemini 5. And this tells you what that mission was. The Titan II, 1965. So it's a little while ago when this happened. I don't know when they made this. But for $1, I thought that's not really terribly expensive. Now, these are East Indies coins. There's two of them in here. That's this side, and then the other side looks like this. And it's 1/10 in 1942 on that one. I think they both are the same coin. Don't know why they put two in it, but it was $4, so I thought, I believe these are 720 silver, but kind of interesting. But I wouldn't have put them in that way if I was doing this. Now, this one is a quarter. It says 275, 1941, Netherlands, the Indies, East Indies, I believe. I think that might be a date down there. Nope. It's a neat little coin, but wasn't terribly expensive to get. And this one looks like it's not circulated much, which is also kind of nice. Now, if you were on my live stream the other night, like last weekend, you would have seen this one. 120,000 of these bank tokens were made. They're 1837, 1 penny Canadian. It says bank token. Then it has this on this side. They made 120,000 of these. And there's a couple different varieties. This one's kind of worn, so it might not be easy to tell which it is. But the design looks neat. So Coin Dealer has went through more coins and stuff he has. He had this one. This is the Bank of Montreal, province of Canada. It's got that building, which might be the Bank of Montreal, or maybe it's something else. I don't really know. I haven't had time to look this up to see how many they made. It's a half penny, 1844, and it also says bank token. I don't think they made a lot of these though, much like this one. You can see the size difference. It's quite a bit smaller than the other one. I'll go ahead and smash these down because not every coin dealer has things that flatten these. The stapler should be able to get them flattened, but if you're a coin dealer, you should get one that does it, but they don't. I've seen coin shows where they have these in cards and they're not flattened. And my main coin dealer doesn't usually flatten them. This one, you can kind of see that design a little better because it's bigger. It is worn though. This one doesn't look too worn. A little bit. But I mean, they're pretty old, and I'm sure this one's low mintage, and then this one probably, I'm going to guess, is low mintage too. So let's go on to the next thing. Because I covered the the coins that were in cards plus this Gemini token, Gemini 5. And it's Cooper and Conrad. And then this tells you what the event they were doing on the exploration. Which you have to learn how to do that if you're going to be in space. Alright, so we're going to set this little blue coin dish right here. And I'm going to take this little bag. I got this on Friday. These are not the greatest shape. They're all Barber dimes and all are worn. They circulated these a lot. Let's see if there's any mint marks on any of these. It's 19, what date is that? 1911. No mint mark. Another 1911. No mint mark. This one is 1907. No mint mark. Last one of the bunch. No mint mark. They're all Philadelphia coins. This is 1913. But at recent prices, 90% silver. Hello, Jack Flax and Cooper, Thomas Cooper, I guess. These, or maybe it's Cooper Thomas. These are all bought at $1.10 per gram roughly, which was 9 something because it weighs 9.1 grams or something, somewhere around that neighborhood. So I got them for right at melt. And when they're worn like that, that's all I would probably pay for those. Now let's move on to the next thing I got. Other stuff that was probably right at melt value. Maybe even a little under. Let me pull this first coin out. It's one of these Morales pesos. It's 1959. I'm looking for the 1965. It's $1.75 to get this. Its ASW is 0.0514. It's only 10% silver, so it's not worth very much. In fact, none of the coins I've got this weekend were really high valued ones. This was $2.50. I'm gonna pull it out and show you. It is not circulated very much. It's 2.5 grams and 90% silver. 1953. It's got some toning on it. It's a 1/10 Balboa. A little scratches and stuff, but 250 is under melt. This is 2.5 grams. It's going to be putting it worth $2.20 and 55 is $2.75 melt, and it was $2.50, so I got it under melt. Not a bad way to get them. Now there's 2 coins in this. This little tag says these Mexican coins are, that one's bent. These are supposed to be 80% silver, 0.1286, 1907. What's this one? That's also 1907. But that one's bent some. You will be able to tell really well when I get these up like this. You can see the bend, and you can see it rock on the other coin. $4.75 a piece is a little under melt, like 13 cents or something, maybe for both of them. They're not really worth a lot, but they are kind of neat. They're pieces of history. They're over 100 years old now. Now, last bag to talk about. Set that there for a second. Okay. Now, some people are chasing around trying to get coins from anti-ant Egyptians. I don't know what that means. There's two that were in cards. And then there's a bunch of smaller coins. The bag, there's 13 coins total. Buy all of them, you get $1.75 each or $2 each to pick. I decided to go ahead and buy the whole bag because that's just kind of the way I do things usually. This is heavily worn, but it's certainly more than $1.75 of silver, being that big, even though it is 50% silver. It is a shilling. It's kind of hard to read. It does say shilling, and that looks like the E of one. This side's really worn. This is also 50% silver. Not circulated very much. It's a 3 pence. Pretty small coin. So we smashed down some more staples. Now, among all these, there's these. This is 20 centimes. We made this for the Philippines. 1945, and that looks like D for Denver. Got a hole drilled in it. This is $7.50 silver, I believe, if I remember correctly. So $1.75 is probably under melt for that one. And there's at least one more of these in here that it's only 10 though. Got a hole drilled in it as well. It's 1944, and that looks like definite Denver. Now, when I saw these, I think these Netherlands ones are 720. That's a 41. This is 20 centimes. Well, and this is one of the reasons why I bought this. Uruguay, 1942. Don't have a coin that's silver from Uruguay yet. Well, there we go. We have one now. I think the rest of these, for the most part, are these 10-cent Netherlands coins. 1936 and 44. And on the coin, it's Wilhelmina. There's a couple of them in there, and then that is East Indies, and that's a Mexican one. look at the East Indies one first. It's a 1/10. I think this is 720 silver. 19. What date is that? 1942. This. That's going to be hard to read the date on. I think it's 1935. It's 10 centavos. And crusty a little bit. I'm going to say it's 720 silver. If I think it is. Let's just put it that way. Another East Indies one that's a 1/10. This one's older though. It's 1909. That might make it other than 720. I don't know for sure. This is another East Indies one, another 1/10. It's 1942. The last one in here is 1918. And it also is Wilhelmina, Netherlands coin. $1.75 a piece for those, so it's $22.75 to buy them. They're various silver weight and percentages, and it might be under, maybe, but we'll put all these back in this bag, and if I get around to it, I might do some researching on them, but right now, probably not going to worry. I don't have that much money in them. So let's talk about something else. We won't buy the bank. George Washington won. Talk about presidential dollar. Rook. A dollar, basically. That's what these are. And a copper nickel. This is the one that I was most interested about. This is an American innovation dollar. United States of America. It's the steel plow, which it says up there. Illinois. It's got this on the reverse. Statue of Liberty. $1. The mintages on these are pretty low for the most part, so it could be very low mintage. Some of these presidential dollars, the farther away from the start you get, the mintage went down on them quite a bit too. This is the one I was really wanting. 2000 Philadelphia. So I'm looking for the Wounded Eagle. Unfortunately, this isn't one of them, but this is the year you want to find. Of these, about 100 of them are Wounded Eagle known to exist. And with an error coin like that, if there's 100, there could be a few more. There's a lot of 2009 Philadelphia coins out there, and a lot of them are just, I got 6 more here. Rutherford B. Hayes, presidential. Thomas Jefferson, presidential. And then there's a couple Sacagaweas with the eagle landed on the moon, just like the Ike dollar has, just a smaller coin. This one is 2000 Philadelphia. It could be a Wounded Eagle one, but it is not. And this last one is a 2007 Philadelphia. That's fingerprinted and stuff, but it's not. It's a bit lower mintage coin than the earlier ones, quite a bit probably. I don't remember offhand, but the one I'm going to keep out of here is that one right here. The other ones are going to go back to being spent. That one I'm going to keep, look it up and see how many they made. Because if it's pretty low mintage, then it might be worth something. Now, says 93 people are watching. I want to thank all you for showing up. And we'll show a couple of these other coins real quick for you in tokens. The Gemini 5, which is kind of neat. It's a brass or maybe bronze token. Don't think it's just plain copper. This is something I got the other week, like 1 or 2 weeks ago. It's a bank token, 1 penny. And this is practically uncirculated Netherlands coin. But this is another bank token, half penny. It says Bank of Montreal. And it also says bank token up there. 1844. It could be low mintage. They made 120,000 of this year, 1837 penny bank token. So this other one could be similar mintage, low. But I could do a penny coin roll hunt if you're all interested. I got $2. I don't think I'm going to search all of them, but we'll just see if I can find some copper or a wheat cent. We'll start this, peeling this until I get this open far enough. Crap. Sometimes these machine rolls like this, it's real tight. So what I'm going to look for is 1981 or older. These are not old enough. That does look like it could be older, but it's 86. It's not old enough. Now, what I got on one of these a few weeks ago, it's 1910 wheat cent, which is kind of neat. Okay, John Edward, he says he's got a collection of Hudson Bay Company tokens. That's kind of neat. I don't know what it'd be worth, really. This is being a pain. We'll grab another small piece of this. We'd be looking at 2019. These are new, a lot of them. This one right here, there's a copper. That might be too new, 85. I think that one's going to be copper, 78. The rest of these are not copper, they're zinc plated. So there's 2 in this row so far, 78 and 77. They're copper. 96% copper. I'm putting them in this cup. And that cup's going to go into a coffee jar that I'm getting close to filling. Hello, Gilbert Mallet or Malay. I'm not sure exactly how that last name is pronounced. I hate butchering people's names, but we have a copper right on top of this. It's 79, 74. Those are not copper. 2024, so this roll was done up pretty recently to have a 2024 in it. 74 and 79. So that's 4. And where'd that go? They're all Philadelphia. Now, we have about half the roll, not quite half. Here's the coffee jar. Coffee jar. Oh, it's heavy with copper. It's an instant coffee jar, 7 ounces. This weighs quite a bit. Watching from Adelaide, Australia. That's cool. There's another channel. The guy watches a lot of my videos. His name is Kane's Coins, his channel name. He, I don't know how many videos he does or anything. That one's hammered and damaged. The edge looks kind of like it got bent and then hammered flat again. 77. So that's at least 5 of these. And we got about a little over maybe 15 coins to go on this particular roll. Now let's see, that's almost certainly that's copper. 82. Well, it could be. Some of coppers are 82s are copper, and some are zinc plated copper. I want automatically that you know it is, like this one. 1974, and it's probably been in a jar or something for a while because it's not really worn. That one's kind of worn, but this looks like it'd be an AU. It's barely marked up at all, so it didn't stay in circulation. It probably got put in someone's coin jar at home, like a bucket or something they keep, and they throw what they have in it, and then that's that. That's going to be copper. I think that's going to be copper. This one's a 78. Well, what's this one? 76. That's likely copper. 68. So right at the end, we found a few copper cents. 4 more. 76. Couple 78s. And 78. No wheat cents. But 68 Denver is kind of neat. So we did reasonably well for getting copper out of that roll. These aren't really worth keeping for any kind of collection purpose. They made tons of them. There's 10 coins that were copper in that. Now the thing about copper's up so much. These are worth about 28 or 0.28 cents, not 2.8 cents each. So they're worth almost 3 times what their value is as a penny. So in coins like this, if you try to sell this to coin dealers, they probably wouldn't hardly offer you much for it because it's worn quite a bit, which makes it not super collectible. My dad used to tell me when I was a kid, if you find a wheat cent, I'll give you 3 cents for it. So that might be about all you can get out of them today from somebody's 5 cents maybe. I mean, even a little bit better shaped ones like Oh, that's a 68 copper. Where's that wheat cent? There's a 52. This one's not Denver, not circulated a whole lot, but still circulated. Maybe 5 cents. The coin dealer might only give you a couple cents for it because copper, or not copper, but wheat cents there's a lot of them, and only a few of them are real low mintages. So, and that's the ones that they want to collect. So should I go ahead and do one more roll? That one's a relatively new one, and that's old and crusty looking. So a 69S 1 cent, that is like graded AU, you know, say mint state 65 or better. It might be worth a little bit to a coin collector that likes cents and wants one that's in pretty good shape, but I don't know. Now looking at the rim, that one's kind of dark looking to me. I happen to think it might be copper. I might be wrong, but that's just my feeling. That isn't. It turns out that one's an 86 Denver, so it's not either. 2007. None of those are. There's a brand new shiny one. Might be a copper in some of these. That's really shiny. 86. It's not copper. Another 86 that's worn a lot. 84. 2022 is that one. I think that's going to be copper. That one probably, nah, it's not going to be. That one ain't. The first copper one out of this one is 1977. Not a great start. I happen to think that might be a copper one. The older ones are a little bit yeah, that one's going to be copper there. 71. Those turned out to not be. That one isn't. No and no and no. All right, Luis, 1944 cent. 1971 Denver's what this is. Depends on the condition. It's a very common year. However, the year before they made still cents, so, and after they stopped making the still cents because they weren't popular, they took all the steel planchets out and then put copper ones in and started striking them. If you have a 44 still cent, which I think a few are known to exist, that'd be worth something. Otherwise, I don't think it would be worth much. That looks copper, 66. Those two do not. That one looks like it could possibly be copper. It's an 82, it might be. I'm not going with no might be's. I don't feel like pulling out a scale to measure the weight either. 34 penny. A 34 penny that's like uncirculated might be worth a couple dollars. There are, that's a 66. If you have a red book, you can thumb through it. You can also use a website I like to use a lot called USA Coin Book. It is like an online version of the Red Book, although probably not as accurate pricing. And even the Red Books aren't totally accurate because depending on what collectors want, the value of stuff can go up and down pretty fast. So, was the one ender a copper one? No, it's not. It's just dirty. There's a copper 78. I think that might be copper, maybe. 1980 and 72. So the end of this second row I opened is ending with a few. 1980, three more right at the end. 78, the last one in the bunch. 1972. So the first row had 10 copper cents, and this one there were 6. So at nearly 3 cents a piece in copper, they're worth a little more than a cent. The rest of these, they're going to go back into circulation. Well, I have 2 more rows, but I'm not searching them tonight. I'll save them. I might go live tomorrow night. But I'm going to end this video by showing off a coin I got last week that I thought was pretty interesting. It's 1831 Mexican coin, which is 903 silver. It was $5. The coin, I guess, started at 3.38 grams weight. So it's more silver than what a US dime has. I don't know what its ASW is, but for $5 I think I did okay. Because oftentimes something like this old, they will charge a lot more for them. That's pretty much what I have for this. There's still a lot of people in the live watching, so if you all would and you found anything enjoyable about my video or interesting, please like it. And know that Mexican coins went from 903 silver back then to 720 silver, then various other weights and percentages down to this one. This is only 10% silver. 1959. It's worth about $1.75 roughly by melt. But you shouldn't pay much for them. Even if they're mint state, I wouldn't. So probably the best coin in terms of being under melt, I'm going to guess, for just buying a single coin is this Balboa, 1/10 Balboa. That is not very circulated. A little. 1953. It says 0.9 there, 00, and 2.5 grams. Same weight as a US dime. We made it for them. And you don't convert these. This, you don't convert it. It's 90% silver. It's something you buy for silver weight. Because that's pretty much all you'll get out of it, unless it's like mint state and looks really pretty. This one's toned And it's not quite mint state. It's a little circulated. Not much, but a little. So you don't convert this from Panama money to the US. For one reason, this is more than 100% likely to be demonetized by the government of Panama. So this just turns out what it is 90% silver, 2.5 grams piece, which at melt is worth right around $275, because this stuff this weekend at $30 or $38, give or take, on silver is worth about $1.10 per gram. So that's at least a quarter under melt, being $250. I actually think the melt on it is $277. So it's like 22 cents under melt. But $1.75 each for these. These little coins are probably a little over melt, and the ones that are bigger, that are silver, I think every one of these is some kind of percentage of silver. The bigger ones are, like this one, are worth more than $1.75 by weight. But to start all the video off, I got 4 Barber coins, dimes, 9.1 grams weight roughly, worth $1.10 per gram. You're talking about right at $10, which is what I ended up paying for this. I wouldn't pay any more for worn ones like this, and I would weigh them and then make my offer. I hope everyone had a good night. Like I said, if you like the video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if there will be shorts for some of these that will go up in the future, because usually my shorts do pretty good. Although my lives with the vertical live feed and the short feed, these usually do pretty well too. I mean, the fact that almost 100 people were watching at one point is pretty nice, and I hope I didn't bore anyone too much. But that's pretty much all I got for this, and I'm going to wish everyone a good night. And I have 2 more rolls to search, maybe tomorrow night if I feel like doing it, or they can wait. But when you go buy a Coinstar, you can look in the reject pile, the little cup that at the bottom that returns coins. This was in a Coinstar, 1954, 90% silver. Cheapest silver I'll ever get, because it's like finding a coin laying out on the street, almost. 10 cents. Don't even have any money in it. I got it for free just for being at the store where the Coinstar was. But hello, content for you. And that's pretty much about all I have to say for tonight, except have a great night, and we'll see you next time.